There once was a very smart little girl who lived in the pink city of India. Her name was Kavya. Kavya had a stuffed toy owl whom she called Hoot. She had him from the time she could remember. He would always go where she went, and at night she would tell him stories and share her secrets. Well, on the night she was about to turn 8, something very strange happened. Just as she was about to fall asleep, she heard a voice call out to her. It was almost a whisper. At first, it seemed to be coming from under her pillow. She almost fell out of her bed in fright. The second time her name was called. Hey Kavya, don't be scared. After all these years, don't you know who I am? It's me, Hoot. Kavya turned around, rubbing her eyes in disbelief. Hoot, is that really you? You talk? Hoot replied in a gentle voice. I always could, Kavya. It's you who has now the power to finally hear me. Now listen to me carefully, for there isn't much time before you will fall asleep. Every night, just before you are about to sleep, I'll whisper an idea in your ear, and the next day you have to try it out. Okay? Well, are you game? Aye, aye, Captain, said Kavya, whose favorite stories were those of pirates. Well, your task for tomorrow morning is that you will choose your own outfit to wear to school, said Hoot. Hoot, I'm not really sure about that, said Kavya in an unsure voice. You see, I have never done that. Mom always lays out what I need to wear. Well, said Hoot, it's definitely a great idea to begin with, then, ain't it? Now chop chop, go to sleep, my sweets. The next morning, Kavya woke up lazily rubbing her eyes, giving Hoot one last hug like she did every morning before carefully putting him on the bedside table. But on remembering what happened with Hoot, she was off her bed in a flash. After her bath, she carefully put away the clothes that her mom had set out for her, and for the first time ever chose on her own. At first she was scared. What if she ended up looking silly? What if her friends laughed at what she wore? What if Mom got angry? What if she didn't know how to match stuff? There were just so many what ifs. She turned and looked at Hoot. It was almost as if his eyes said, Kavya, you know who you are, just do it. As she came down the stairs, her mom took in her bright dress, an orange sock on one foot and a green one on the other, with bright red shoes. Her mom simply said, How original, Kavya! So with a spring in her step, she left for school. There too, all her friends loved her look and said, It's so different. All the teachers called her dressing unique. That night she asked Hoot, What do original, different and unique mean? Hoot simply said, You will know soon enough. Tomorrow in art class, make something colorful with different materials that no one else can think of. Sure enough, Kavya made an artwork bigger and more colorful than anybody's, and had used things like sand, sharpener, shavings, chalk dust from under the board, and much more. You are so creative, Kavya, said her art teacher. That night, she asked Hoot, What does creative mean? Hoot again said, You will know soon enough. Tomorrow, try something fun. if you get stuck while doing your math homework. Like what? asked Kavya. I'm sure you will figure it out, said Hoot. And sure enough, she did. The next day, when she did get stuck while doing sums, instead of getting upset, she simply played a song and made up some crazy dance moves. Her mom walked in and said, Kavya, you are so imaginative. At dinner, Kavya's sister was refusing to eat her eggs. Kavya quickly drew smileys with ketchup and made up a story. And voila! In no time the eggs were eaten. This time Kavya's dad called her inventive. And that night Kavya didn't need Hoot to give her an idea for the next day. As for all those words, she knew were her and that they all meant the same.